I'm gonna start with a piece of camel meat, and there's also pieces of camel fat. Good morning, everyone. It's Mark Weens with migrationology.com in Muscat, Oman. Had an amazing sleep last night and woke up this morning at about 6 a.m. It was already bright and sunny outside. We only have 2 full days in Muscat, and Mustafa, who watches our videos, he has kindly offered to take us around. So we're gonna be hanging out with Mustafa, and he's coming to pick us up soon. Stay tuned for day number 1 in Muscat. Thank you very much. Okay, we met up with Mustafa.
Hi there.
He's brought me this snack.
It is a khubz al-qaq.
Khubz al-qaq. It's a type of bread with cheese in the middle. And so I think we're gonna go have some tea first and eat this along with some tea. We're gonna stop at this place at Dream Tea to get a cup of tea real fast. I got a cup of chai karak, and this is milk tea. Oh, you can really taste the cardamom in there. Oh, the cardamom is nice. And then I gotta try this piece of the cheese bread. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. That's like it's kind of like cream cheese. I like that. That's really good. That makes a good breakfast. And then the bread and cheese are salty to go along with the sweet, milky, creamy tea. We just pulled up to the fish market, and it's about 8 a.m. It is blazing hot already in Muscat, and immediately you can smell the fish in the air. One of my favorite smells. That fish is so good, you know?
Because now it is the season for the dates, yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay. A pretty calm and relaxing fish market, but it's friendly. There are some amazing looking fish. There's a lot of tuna. There are, I think, some different types of mullet. What is it, mullet?
Milk fish.
Milk fish.
Yes, milk.
Ah, okay. Very big. I think those are either swordfish or dolphin fish. I'm not totally sure, but they are huge. And yeah, they're about 2 meters long. I just love walking around fish markets, and definitely one of the biggest reasons is because I love to eat fish and seafood so much. That's my favorite genre of things to eat. But also I just love looking at fish, the different types of fish, the different colors of fish. Also, dry fish is very common in Omani cuisine. Those are huge. Yeah. Giant barracuda. Barracuda, yes. They are very big. Those are some huge barracuda. I just want to mention that they are in the process of building a new fish market. So we went to the old fish market, but if you come to Muscat, maybe in the coming years, they might have a new fish market opened right next to the old fish market. We are just walking along the harbor now in Muscat. The fish market is right over on that side where we just were. But it's amazing how clear the water is. And I'm loving this view of the city. And then behind you have the gorgeous, just very rugged, jagged desert mountains. The clear turquoise water. Yeah, and it's so nice and peaceful. And we are coming up now on the Matra Souk, which is a big marketplace. You can buy everything at Matra Souk, including clothes and spices and food, household items. Just about everything you can find in this market.
But in the day it used to be more of a wholesale markets where people from Nizwa, for example, they come over here, shop for their shop over there, and then they go back and sell it over there.
Okay. We walked past this shop and I could just smell the aroma of all the spices, especially the cumin, I think. In the back of the shop is where I could smell all of the spices.
Also spicy, yes.
Wow. Curry masala, all sorts of different masalas.
So the Oman is famous about its lemon.
What is it used for?
Like for like curry masala.
In the food.
In the food, yeah.
Okay. We are now walking through the gold souk area where there are lots and lots of gold stores and jewelry stores. This is my first time to visit Oman, but I have been to Zanzibar a couple of times in my life and also spent some time on the east coast of Africa. And Zanzibar used to be a part of Oman. It used to be ruled by Oman, and you can see the resemblance and the similarity. This market, some parts of this market actually have the exact same feel as parts of Stone Town in Zanzibar.
Okay. In case of special occasions, wedding and so on, and Eid, you wear this one with a silver belt.
Oh, okay.
And this is usually made from silver.
Yeah. So you will still wear that on special occasions?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe. I have kind of a small head. Can I pass? Can I pass for being Omani?
You apply for the nationality tomorrow.
And what is this type of hat called?
Kumma.
Koma.
Yeah, kumma.
Mustafa has bought me and fitted me in a traditional Omani cap, in a traditional Omani hat, and these are only worn in Oman.
Yeah, in the Arab countries.
In Arab countries.
Yeah.
So, and also it's very common to see on the east coast of Africa as well. Thank you very much, Mustafa.
Welcome.
Thank you. Oh, this is an amazing hat. You guys gotta let me know how I look in the comment section below, but I am loving this look. Now I can blend in.
Yeah, you can.
Blend in like I'm Omani now.
Except for the spoon in the t-shirt.
Yes.
This guy got a spoon in the t-shirt. What does he mean?
Yes. We just took a quick drive over to one of the old areas of Muscat. Located in this area is the Sultan's Palace, which we are walking to right now. And also there are a lot of government ministries located in this area as well.
This one is the logo of Oman, and this one represents the Sultan.
And you can't go into the palace, but you can admire it from the outside. What's especially fascinating are the gold and I think they're turquoise or like a type of blue columns which go up the face of the palace. And also what I really like are the seals, the Oman seals, which are gold and on the gate. Standing there, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna We have just pulled up to the Bait al-Zubair Museum, and I don't think they allow any photography inside, so I'm gonna just walk around and then I will share with you all what's inside after we walk around. It's really a Omani cultural museum. Inside there was a big collection of traditional Omani dress, as well as there was a big collection of swords and weapons. And then this whole complex, you can walk around. There's a coffee shop, there's kind of a library area, and then there's a model of a traditional Omani home as well. I think it's probably about 45 degrees right now, and it's also pretty humid. So this is some intense heat. I am just dripping in sweat, and yeah, this is some intense heat right now. It is so hot outside that just walking for like 15 minutes, it feels like your face is just peeling, the skin is peeling away from your face, and it feels like your body is just melting. So you cannot go long without water. Whoosh. Oh, maybe we should drive in a little bit. You don't want water getting in the car. Yeah, you might want to drive up a little bit. We just drove, it's a little bit outside of Muscat, to a beach called Kantab Beach, and Mustafa drove all the way onto the beach, so we are getting a first-hand glimpse of the sea. It's incredibly beautiful because you have the really jagged, brown, bone-dry mountain rocks, but then the water is so incredibly turquoise and blue-green, crystal, sparkling water. We have just pulled up for lunch today, and we are gonna go to a restaurant called Bait Al-Luban, which is a very well-known Omani restaurant. One of the unique things about this restaurant is that it's an old former hostel, and so it's located right next to the main harbor in Muscat, and so people would park their boats, and then if they needed a place to stay, they would rent a bed in this hostel, but it has been since renovated into a very nice restaurant serving Omani food, and a number of you recommended this restaurant, so we are happy to be eating here for lunch today, and Mustafa has ordered just a variety of different dishes. I'm starting off with his frankincense water. Yeah, you can really taste the frankincense. It tastes kind of like woody, kind of like evergreen tree. Yeah, it's really good. We're starting off with a soup, but it's actually a curry. It's a Omani restaurant, but they sort of do some modern twists to Omani food. So they've served this curry sort of like a soup, and there's rice in it and fish. Oh yeah, you can really taste the dry lemon or dry lime which is in here. Oh yeah. It's kind of like a dried fish stew. And I'm gonna go in for some of the, it's also lots of onions in this as well. It's a type of ghee, some kind of animal oil fat, which you're supposed to pour onto the rice. Okay, that's probably good. Onions, lots of onions in here. And I'm gonna make sure to get some of that rice with that oil on it. It's salty dried fish, but it's really tender. And then those onions are so tender that they just dissolve in your mouth. Has a depth of a smoky flavor to it.
This is haris. It is wheat, mashed wheat with a chicken, and the sauce is torche. Torche is like a raisins sauce.
Is that olive oil in the middle there?
No, it's ghee.
Oh, it's ghee, okay.
Yeah, it's ghee.
Looks like olive oil almost. Okay, so there's ghee in the middle of there, and this is kind of a puree, but stringy from that chicken. And then you gotta get some of that,
Dip it into
that sauce as well. It's almost like mashed potatoes. If you didn't know it was wheat, you might think it was mashed potatoes. And then you have these little stringy pieces of chicken within it. It's salty, but then the sauce is sweet and kind of fruity. And that contrasts the saltiness. Wow, that's delicious. Okay, there's some coarse black pepper in there, but I think there's also cardamom in there because you have yeah, I think I can taste some cardamom. The next other dish, and this is one of the most important Omani dishes, is called shua, and this is lamb this time, which is normally cooked underground until it's fall apart tender with a variety of different spices and always eaten with rice. So I'm gonna, oh yeah, that feels very tender. I'll put some of this onto my plate. You can see little flakes of chili in there. There are some chickpeas as well in the rice. Tender lamb, and then it has a really nice, I think I can taste some cinnamon in there, lots of black pepper, and just a little bit of chili. Yeah, that is a delicious dish. And this is one of the the national dishes of Oman. This one is a tomato onion salad with some, the main side here is dried fish. I'll just take some of this to put it on my plate. And there's also, I think this is spinach on the bottom here as well. Really nicely lemony. And then the fish, it's like salty fish jerky. Oh, that's really good because it's salty, but really, really lemony and really fresh tasting. And then we got one more salad dish over here, which is called sakhanet kasha. There's some dried fish on top, but the whole thing, this is kind of an arty version of it. And there's onions and tomatoes in there as well. Okay, I think this is the last dish that we ordered. That has kind of a, that one is not too salty. It sort of has a like bitter fish taste to it. Really good as well though. And it's very refreshing. It has lots of tomatoes in there, lots of onions. So it's kind of crisp and really juicy. What really strikes me as a dish that I haven't tried something like it is the mashed wheat with the shredded chicken in it. But it's really good and it's really different from any other dish that I've had. And then definitely the shua, which is that slow cooked lamb with the rice, and then I added on a little bit of yogurt and tomato sauce, is also extremely good. And what I really like about it is you can really taste the black pepper. There's a lot of black pepper in it, and it's a few simple, maybe some nutmeg or cinnamon in there as well, but it's the black pepper that really comes in nicely. Yeah. We finished that meal. We are all pretty full. That was a really good meal. And so Mustafa and I are now having some coffee. Does this one you think have rose water?
Yeah, there's a rose water and saffron.
Oh, and saffron too. Thank you. The coffee, it's not strong coffee, it's quite light, but you can taste the fragrance, and in this one there is both saffron and also rose water, so it has a little bit of a spice, aroma, fragrance to it beyond the coffee flavor. Yeah, it's weak enough where you could just keep on drinking this all day long, but it's a very soothing coffee. What was your favorite dish of the meal? The dried fish?
Dried fish, yeah.
Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah,
That one was good. We are gonna head back to the hotel to rest for a little while because it is a very hot afternoon, so it's common to take a break in the afternoon. It's about 6 p.m. now. We just spent 2 hours resting at the hotel trying to wait out some of the blazing sunshine, and we are now heading out again. We drove over to Karam, which is one of the main beaches right in central Muscat, just near to downtown area. And if the sun is going down, it's the evening now. That really makes all the difference. And you can just walk along this coast, enjoy the great views of the sea and also the rocky coastline. Driving to an area called Al-Sib.
Ahmed, back over again.
and chicken, squid, shrimps.
It all sounds good.
أعطينا من كل واحد اثنين.
الواحد هنا
إيه جايب شيء بعد ولا؟
هو ده الدياج.
There is not a lot of street food in Muscat, but one of the most well-known and one of the best places to eat street food is in Al Sip, which is right near the ocean. And we have stopped by to order some mishkak, which are some different, an assortment of different skewers. We got some shrimp, some chicken, some liver, some mutton, and some squid. There are few things better in the world than grilled meat on skewer. I think the skewers of meat are marinated and they are like partially cooked. And then when you order them, he puts them onto the grill and he really fans that fire to get the flames going. And so they're gonna have a, I'm sure, I am positive and anticipating that they're gonna have an extremely smoky flavor to them. Yeah, really nice. And I noticed that there are a couple of butcheries right across the road. So I think there is a lot of fresh meat in this area. And we're actually right next to the beach, although it's night, so you can't see the beach. The beach is right behind this little structure, and then you can just smell the meat grilling in this entire area. And they have two different sauces. They have a spicy sauce and a tamarind sauce, which should probably be kind of sweeter and maybe sour as well. The skewer that I want to try the most right now first is liver, and this is mutton liver. I'm gonna dip into that spicy sauce. Oh yeah. Oh wow. That is like charred to perfection. It's spicy and sour. And then that liver is so tender, but it's like crispified because it's been grilled on such a high heat that he flamed. And I think there might be a piece of fat in there too. You can taste some wonderful like grilled fat juices. Oh yeah. Mutton liver. Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna try that sweet tamarind sauce next. Oh, the tamarind sauce is more sour than sweet. It's really good. It's like almost like a sour jam. Okay, next up, let me go for the squid. Both of the sauces are extraordinary. The tamarind sauce is also really good because it's more on the sour side than sweet side. But this spicy sauce, I do have a bit of an addiction to spiciness. Okay, that is good. Did I just fling some sauce at you, Ying?
I think so.
Squid is a little bit chewy, but while you chew it, it just keeps on giving flavor. Okay, the mutton skewer next. I'm gonna go with tamarind this time. Okay, the mutton is amazing. I think it's marinated or grilled in some cumin. So yeah, I got a nice, that's such a wonderful combination, mutton and cumin. Any type of meat on skewer grilled over charcoal is one of my favorite things in the world. And I am just dripping now in sweat. Not only is it like maybe above about 40 degrees, but it's also extremely humid. We're right next to the beach, and this is the definition of a meat sauna. You can just, the air is just humid with meat. Shukran. Thank you. And also, you can stand here and eat your mishkak, but a lot of people just pull up in their cars and then order, and then just sit in the AC and eat as well to avoid the meat sweats like I have right now. Thank you, Mustafa. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, mix.
Steak.
نص هذا ونص هذا. واحد. لا سوي لنا نص.
This is a good place.
Yeah.
Mababi salade.
Mababi. Yeah, you don't have this mababi.
Makab.
Mababi.
Makab. Salad.
Mababi salad. Mababi salad.
Magabi salad. Magabi salad. This restaurant is famous for serving camel. You kind of walk up to there's a buffet line where they have the dishes prepared. They have a number of different types of rice. You choose your rice, and they have two main camel dishes. One of them is chunks of camel, which is fried, and then one of them is like a stew or curry camel. And so we got a mix of both, and they put it all into a bowl, and then they gave us a platter of rice, and then we also got a half a chicken thrown on top. And this is fantastic. They put out a piece of plastic and then put your food down, and it's got some yogurt to go with it as well. All right.
Whatever you prefer, yeah.
However you want.
Yeah, however you want.
Okay. Oh, do you make a?
No, you don't make a bowl. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But normally you use your hand. So you hold it like this. Then you can either go for it like this, or you can push it with your finger to your mouth. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start with a piece of camel meat, and there's also pieces of camel fat. Before mixing with any rice or any yogurt or sauce, I'm just gonna try one piece of camel, a nugget of camel. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that is insanely good. It's so tender. It does taste very similar to beef actually, but a little more meaty tasting, gamey tasting. But not really. It's actually surprisingly really tender. I wasn't expecting it to be that tender. This is the camel hump. So that's just a pure chunk of white fat. Oh, wow. That just melts in your mouth. It does have a meaty taste to it, but it's not like a gelatinous fat. It just melts in your mouth, but it's kind of like, it's almost like squid. It has a little bit of a chewy texture to it. Yogurt to my rice. And also this is a type of chutney, like a tomato. It's like a tomato chutney. Put onto my rice here. And then also, I'm gonna go in for some of the onions and salad. Onions, and I think this is rocket. Go in for some of that. That camel is just insane. I'm gonna mix all of that together. Wow. That is insanely delicious. And the combination of the camel with the rice, the tomato chutney, the yogurt, the cooling yogurt, that's ridiculously good. Next up, I'm gonna try the chicken. And this is chicken that has been steamed. Oh wow, that just, I barely even pulled and just a whole chunk of chicken just came off. It's so soft. Oh, wow, that feels tender. And for this bite, I'm gonna attempt to eat Omani style. And what they do is you kind of make it into kind of grab kind of a whole fistful, and then you kind of get it into the center of your hand. And I will do my best to not spill. Okay, that was a little messy. Wow, the chicken is soft though. The chicken just sort of dissolves in your mouth. And I think I got a raisin in that bite as well.
Mark, you have rice or your...
Grab a piece of camel. Almost? Oh, there's the... Okay. I need some practice in that method of eating. But it tastes incredible. I am absolutely loving this meal. The camel is delicious. And even the rice is really good. The rice has the two different types of rice. The redder rice or oranger rice has a little bit of spice to it, and it also has kind of a clove fragrance. You can see some cloves in there, and then it just complements the camel so nicely. That is insanely delicious. The whole combination, but that camel is stunner. That was just an absolute stunning meal. The camel was so tender and so flavorful that my mouth still, like, after finishing the meal, my mouth is still like overflowing with camel flavors. Yeah, this was an incredible first day in Muscat. From here, just gonna head back to the hotel. I want to say a special thank you to Mustafa for bringing us around and for showing us some incredible sights around Muscat, as well as some incredible food. Particularly this last meal was just my kind of a meal. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We will have the full day in Muscat again. Actually, we'll be traveling to Nizwa, and so stay tuned for the next video. Please remember to give today's video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below, and make sure you subscribe for lots more food and travel videos. And I will see you on the next video. Good night from Muscat, and I'll see you on the next video.
It's real.
It's real gold.
It's real. Oh, you want to buy me one? Thank you.
Yeah, now is the time.
That's the time
I
to
don't
like
have diamond, only gold. Mababi salad.
Mababi salad.
Mababi. Yeah, if you don't have this mababi. Mababi.
Mababi.
Mababi.
Mababi salad.
Mababi salad. Mababi salad.
Magabi salad. Magabi salad. Okay.
Take one. Enjoy. Take 10.
Okay. For dinner tonight, we are at a restaurant called Magabi Salade. Not quite. Not quite. For dinner tonight, we are at a restaurant called Muscat Salade. And this... Okay, I better not say the name of the restaurant.
Yogurt and on your lip.
And I got yogurt on my lip. It is easy to pick out my shoes.